Hello, hello, everybody. It is Tuesday night, and that means it is time for another cocktail here on Tuesday Night Cocktail Club. Tonight's cocktail is the Japanese cocktail. This is a pre-prohibition cocktail that's largely been forgotten, but we're going to bring it back. I think it's a great drink because it combines the sweetness of Orgeat, which of course is the almond syrup that you see in tiki cocktails, but it combines that with the luxuriousness, however you want to say it, of the brandy or cognac, depending on how fancy you are, depending on your cocktail budget. But either way, it's a very good drink. It's good for people who don't really like strong cocktails, but it also can be zhuzhed up for people like you and me who really do like cocktails and strong ones. Anyways, it's a really great drink. The funny thing about it though, it's called the Japanese cocktail. It has no Japanese ingredients. It was invented in New York. It has no sake, it has no green tea, none of that stuff. It's got an interesting backstory. We're gonna hear that here in a minute, but stay tuned as we do the build and the whole thing comes together. Join us every Tuesday for cocktail recipes, pro tips for the home bar, and the history that's in every glass. And our team at the Cocktail Club, lifetime promise of no paywall, no dues. Before we do the build, let's talk a little bit about the Japanese cocktail. It first appears in Jerry Thomas's book, The 1862 Bartender's Guide. It's also known as the Bon Vivant's Guide, so I like saying that, so I use that as often as I can. But it's really tied, the cocktail is really tied to the visit of the Japanese delegation to New York, as well as DC and San Francisco and other places in 1860. And what happened, predating even that by 2 years, in 1858, working backwards here, Commodore Matthew Perry and his famous black ships sailed into Edo Harbor, Tokyo Harbor now, but sailed into the harbor to open Japan to worldwide trade. There was fear on the part of the Americans that the Japanese would cut a side deal either with the French or the British or somebody to have exclusive trade with them. Japan at this period had not at all ever been open to outside trade. And so they were forcing them open to everyone before they did it for a single person, a single country. Anyways, to seal that deal, the Japanese came to America in 1860, and while they were in New York, staying at the Metropolitan Hotel, which was at Broadway and Prince Street, what's now Soho, they visited, or members of the delegation visited Jerry Thomas's bar, which was just around the corner. And so he would make them this drink. It became known as the Japanese drink. Again, has no Japanese ingredients. And so that's how it all got started. It's a very interesting story. It also just reminds me of other cocktails that have an historical story behind them. I guess the Gin Ricky we made a few weeks ago, but also something I made a while ago, the French 75, which was named after the long guns that the French used. And that drink is served in a tall champagne flute. And so that's another drink that's tied to an historic event. Anyway, so that is the Japanese cocktail. Now let's turn to the bill. All right, so now we're gonna mix the cocktail here in the tin. It's 2 ounces of the cognac. I like this Orgeat. It's a cognac, well, it's brandy, sorry, but it's Armenian. I think according to the label, there's some Winston Churchill connection to it, but I like it. And then I make my own Orgeat. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but that's half an ounce of that. And then it's 2 shots of the Angostura, 2 of that. And then I pour in my ice, and it's a stirred cocktail. So, ice is stuck. Stirred cocktail, I have 3 cubes of ice, and now I'm stirring. Let's stir that up. Okay, so now that it's stirred, I then pour it into my coupe. And there you have it. A lemon peel here, and you express the oils and give it a nice. This is my pro tip, by the way, for the week, is instead of using store-bought Orgeat, I just make my own. You just make it with almond milk. I mean, I guess this is like a miracle of the 21st century. You just kind of reach into your fridge where you have almond milk and you've got Orgeat there. You add sugar, orange blossom water, rose water, and a few other ingredients like that. But there you have it. It's way better than what you buy at the store, the Monin, or whatever it is. And like I said, depending on how it comes out, you really got to balance the drink to the taste, not to the text of the recipe. And so, and now we're ready for our 3-sip taste. So here we go. Japanese cocktail. It's very good. It takes a moment to like let it set in. It's very nutty. It's also very, it's sweet. It's complex in your mouth because it's sweet and then it's dry. And you get both flavors at once. I think it's a great drink. And like I said, you could leave out those bitters for somebody who really doesn't like cocktails. And it would be, you know, sweet, like a tiki cocktail almost. But it's very smooth. It's very nutty. It's very elegant because it has the cognac or the, you know, the brandy, and the it has a great mouthfeel because the Orgeat really has, you know, it's very viscous. Anyways, I think that's a really great drink. And so, last but not least, Jacob is here to give us the voice of the club. We have a young man here to talk about the cocktail. So, what do you think?
It's good. It's sweet. You can definitely taste the alcohol. You can definitely taste the alcohol.
You ordered a bar.
Would I order it in a bar? Yeah, I think I would.
All right. Well, there's the cocktail club this week. Japanese cocktail, great drink to share with your friends and family. Please like and subscribe. Next week, I'm completely on track now because I'm making something I said I was going to make last week. And I think next week I'm going to do something with all this Orgeat I had. So we're cruising right here. But thank you for joining, and enjoy all these cocktails with your friends and family.